Welcome to Math with GCSE Mathematics Zone. In this video, we are going to look at how to solve this exponential equation. Okay, so we are solving for x. In other words, we are finding the value of x. So how are we going to do that? The first place that we are going to use to attack this question is here. Okay, so by the laws of indices, if you have the base a that has been raised to the power m plus n, then this will be equal to the base a raised to the power m times the base a raised to the power n. Okay, so in our case, we've been given this, so we've been given 2 to the 1 minus x. So by applying this, it means that we're going to have 2 to the 1 times 2 to the negative x. Okay, so we are going to replace this here. Okay, so meaning we're going to have 2 to the x plus, now we're going to replace this 2 to the 1 times 2 to the negative x, and this should equal to 3, this 3 here. At this stage, again, by the laws of indices, so we'll continue attacking this question from here. By the laws of indices, if you have the base a that has been raised to the power negative m, then this will be equal to 1 over a to the m. Okay, so in our case, we've been given the base 2, which has been raised to the power negative x, so meaning we're going to have 2, so we have this case 2 to the negative x, which is going to be equal to 1 over 2 to the x. Okay, so meaning here we're going to replace this. Okay, so we're going to have 2 to the x plus 2. 2 to the 1 is just 2. Then times, here we're going to replace this. Okay, so we're going to have 1 over 2 to the x is equal to 3. So at this stage, we are going to have 2 to the x plus 2 times 1 is just 2 over 2 to the x, which is equal to 3. Okay, so at this stage, you are going to, so let me write it here. Let's keep it here. So at this stage, we're going to say let y be equal to 2 to the x. Okay, so meaning wherever there is 2 to the x, we're going to replace a y. Okay, so we're going to have this y plus 2 over y is equal to 3. At this stage, you can see that you are adding fractions, so even this one is a rational number. It can be written as over 1. Okay, so fractions can only be added when the denominators are the same, or when you have the common denominator. Okay, so the common denominator here, the LCD, is y. So meaning we need to make this other fraction to have the denominator of 1. So what are we going to do for us to make the denominator to be y? We are going to multiply by y. So what we've done on the denominator, we also do it on the numerator, so that the fraction remains, the value of the fractions remains the same. So y times y, here we're going to have y squared over y plus 2 over y is equal to 3. So here, now that the denominators are the same, it means you can just keep one denominator, since it's the denominators are the same, so then you add the numerators. So you're going to have y squared plus 2 is equal to 3. All right. So at this stage, you can cross multiply. This is over 1. Okay. Then cross multiply. And then what we're going to have is, so 1 times this is we're going to have y squared plus 2 is equal to 3y. So now, solving this, I'm going to solve it from here because of space. So solving this, or taking 3y to the right, we are going to have y squared minus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, now when you look at this, this is a quadratic equation, so we need to solve this quadratic equation. There are actually a lot of ways that you can use to solve a quadratic equation, but in this question, we're going to use the factor method. So the coefficient of y squared is 1 times the constant. So we find the product. Product is the coefficient of y squared, which is 1 times the constant, which is 2. So the product is 2. So 1 times 2 is 2. The sum is the coefficient of y, which is negative 3. And then factors, we are looking for factors, or 2 factors of the product, which is 2, such that if those 2 factors are added, we'll get negative 3. If we multiply them, we'll get positive 2. So those are negative 1 and negative 2. Okay, so meaning here we're going to have y squared. Now we're going to get the factors. Negative 1 minus 1 times y is just y, so minus y. Again here it will be minus 2. Minus 2y plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so now at this stage we have 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we factorize the first 2 terms. So what is common is y. Y squared minus y squared divided by y is y minus 1 here. Again minus 2. 2 is common, so y minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so we can see that what is in the brackets are the same, so we just get 1, y minus 1, and then we'll get these that are outside. So multiply by y minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so you have y minus 1 is equal to 0, or y minus 2 is equal to 0, and this implies that y is equal to 1, or y is equal to 2. Now, these are not the answers. Okay, these are not the answers to this exponential equation. Now, after reaching at this stage, remember we said y is equal to 2 to the x. So we said y is equal to 2 to the x. So now at this stage, when you reach at this stage, you remember here, this stage here, you remember this stage where you had to let y to be equal to 2 to the x. So now y here, y you found that is 1. So where there is y, you're going to put 1 is equal to 2 to the x. Now your aim here is to make the bases the same on both sides of the equal sign. So here you have 1, meaning you have to remember the laws of indices that says any number to the power 0 is 1. So if we say 2 to the 0, this still is 1, okay, is equal to 2 to the x. Okay, So you can see that the bases are the same, and because the bases are the same, by the laws of indices, when you have a to the power m, which is equal to a to the power n, then m is equal to n. Okay, so that's what we are going to apply there. That's what we are going to apply here. So we're going to have x being equal to 0. Okay, again, we need to use this solution also. Remember, we had y is equal to 2 to the x. So where there is y here, we're going to put a 2. A 2 is same as 2 to the 1, which is equal to 2 to the x. So here the bases are the same, so meaning x is equal to 1. Okay, so we can conclude and say, therefore, x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 1. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing, hit the like button and share. See you in the next video. Goodbye.